Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Thursday afternoon, between 48 and 50 live dogs were found in a house and outbuildings, and approximately 50 dead animals, including litters, puppies, grown dogs, and animal tissue stored in a freezer, were found at a residence located just off Farm to Market Road 2285, north of Sulphur Springs in Hopkins County, according to Hopkins County Chief Investigator Corley Weatherford. Animal cruelty charges are being filed Thursday against the home and animal owners. Weatherford said that a recent complaint was filed with Hopkins County Animal Control Deputy Colby Hume and the SPCA of Texas. Thursday morning, Hume and the representatives of the SPCA were at the location, but were not well received and not given consent to search the property by the home and animal owners. Based on what had been reported and by what was seen at the location, Hume and the SPCA sought a search warrant. They returned to the location around noon Thursday and found animals in every room of the house, housed in a cruel manner. The dogs had not been allowed to leave the rooms in which they were housed based on the feces and urine on the floor in each room and outbuilding. Law enforcement and SPCA found the animals to be in poor health and having lost hair. Some animals were paralyzed and kept in an inhumane manner in inhumane conditions. The dead dogs were in freezers and had been stored for what is expected to be gross reasons. At this time, the charges are a misdemeanor, but the investigation continues, and the testing of the dead animals for the cause of death is expected to return more evidence that could increase the charges to a felony level, according to law enforcement. The live animals were removed from the location and are being housed, fed, and given medical treatment by the SPCA. Atmos Energy crews and contractors will oversee a controlled release of natural gas May 14th between 7 a.m. and noon. Work will occur in the area of Crush Junction on Hopkins County Road 2319 and the area of County Road 2329 southwest of the town of Como. Contractors will be working on a section of natural gas pipeline in the area as part of normal routine maintenance. The controlled release of natural gas from the pipeline allows crews to work on the pipeline safely. Thursday morning, Sulphur Springs High School Principal Derek Driver introduced the valedictorian and salutatorian for the class of 2018. Peyton Dietz, with a 4.28 grade point average, was named valedictorian, and Sarah Harper, with a 4.25 grade point average, was named salutatorian.
My pleasure to introduce the 2018 valedictorian and salutatorian. Valedictorian Peyton Dietz and salutatorian Sarah Harper. So, congratulations to these ladies on all hard work and success. And I will turn it over to them and all of y'all. Thank y'all very much for being here. It's an extreme honor for me to be a part of it, and it's a great accomplishment for these young ladies. Thank you.
Peyton, what were you involved in school?
I was in National Honor Society. I was in National Technical Honor Society, Student Council. I was class president. I was in the Key Club, and I was a varsity cheerleader. And I was in FCCLA. Yeah.
Is this something you wanted to happen? Did you seek out being? When did you realize you were going to be number one in your class?
Well, coming into high school, I had a goal to graduate in the top 3 people of my class. And so after freshman year, I was 5. And so I was like, oh, I gotta get there. So I just tried to work really hard to get all the way up to the top.
Did it come naturally, or did you have to study?
Studied a lot. Sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, after graduation, what are your plans?
I am going to Baylor University, and I will major in accounting.
Well, I have been involved in many things in my high school experience. I was in Thespian Society. I've been an officer for 2 years in that. I've been involved in Key Club. I am involved in National Honor Society. I've been very involved in UIL, spelling and prose and one-act play. One-act play I've done all 4 years of my high school experience. I'm going to Austin College next semester. I am undecided in what I'm going to major in right now, but I do think I want to pursue a PhD afterwards, so whatever I decide to do there, it'll be an adventure anyway. I've been involved in a community theater program called Shining Stars for a lot of my growing up, just in the community and such, and we both do leadership, which is through the Chamber of Commerce.
And then First United Methodist Church, the youth group, I've been super involved in that. Been doing work camp with all the different youth groups for the past like 6 years, and gone on mission trips with the church and different things like that.
Can you tell me a little bit about kind of what your, I know you said that, you know, your major and everything, but can you kind of tell me why you're interested in that?
I've always been super kind of math-minded, and numbers are my friend, words are not. So I was like trying to like go into something with math and numbers, and I feel like I can provide for my family well because it pays well and just interests me. We'll see how it works out.
Okay. Now, have you been involved in like different accounting, math UAL type things? Or?
I have not. I've taken several like extra math classes, kind of as electives. I haven't really been involved in competing in those, but.
Okay. All right. And why do you want to pursue a PhD? That's a lot of school.
I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I think it's just I'm very unsure about what I want to do, and I think a PhD is just something that I can explore, and I don't have to like settle down right now, and it just sounds like fun. I'd like to be called doctor. That'd be cool.
It's always fun. Okay. All right. And ladies, is there anybody or in your lives that have been particularly helpful or influential, maybe inspirations that you'd like to recognize or make note of?
My glame's like one and my parents have both helped me a lot, and they just like pushed me and helped me and prayed over me when I needed it. And then my sister, she's influenced me a lot. She was salutatorian of her class, and so I was just like, I gotta get up there. I gotta get her.
So how does it feel?
Feels good.
Now, what did she think about
competition?
that? Yeah.
She was proud of me. It's good.
How about you, Sarah?
I would definitely say my parents have been extremely influential, especially my freshman year. My mom was always kind of like, okay, I know you're tired, but it's going to be okay, and just always kind of been my rock for that. So.
Any advice for other students who are hoping to do well or be at the top of their class?
Just work hard, your work ethic. I don't think you actually have to be like the smartest person. Because honestly, I don't think I'm the smartest person. I think just through work ethic and hard work, you can just achieve anything.
And how about you?
I think a big part of it is just like don't worry about it, you know, just if it happens, let it happen, but don't stress out about it, and just be nice to everybody. You know, part of my reason why I think I've gotten so far is that if you're nice and you try to really be helpful to people, it comes through a lot better, and people are more willing to help you out in return.
And just work hard and don't stress about everything, and just kind of pay it forward.
Yeah. If you stress out, it's just gonna make it worse.
All right. And what are there particular honors or things that you would like to make note of that y'all received over the years?
Well, like I was the president of our National Honor Society and secretary of the National Technical Honor Society too. Like those are two big ones in my list.
Okay.
I think most of mine are on the sheet, but I guess I've been an officer for 2 years in Thespian Thespian Society, and I've been in National Honor Society, and in UIL we got second in state for spelling, and I was part of that team, and I made it to region and prose, and in one act this year we made it all the way to area, and I gained a couple of solo acting awards throughout that experience.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
No, is that obviously you've been very involved in that. Is that something that perhaps you'll continue doing? Or?
Absolutely. I don't think I want to focus on it as a major, but in visiting Austin College, it's very open about that sort of stuff, so you don't have to be majoring it or anything to be involved, and I just the environment was really cool, so I think I'm definitely going to try to continue that in college.
Okay, so it's the environment just sold you on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about you? Your choice of school?
I'm going to Baylor University.
Okay.
My whole family's gone there, both my parents, several aunts and uncles. That's where my sister goes. So I've always been a Baylor Bear since birth. So I just felt right, and I love the campus, the community. It's very spiritually involved, and Christ is a big thing there, which was really important to me.
Okay. So religion and your faith is a very important part of your life.
Yes, ma'am. Very.
Okay. And how about you? Anything special like that in your life that you want to make note of?
I don't know. I really think that community is really important, and one of the things I really liked about Austin College is that they're extremely involved in everything. They have clubs and organizations that are involved in HIV prevention, awareness, and raising awareness against death penalty and stuff like that, and just a lot of really active clubs, and a lot of environmentally friendly clubs that I was extremely interested in.
Okay. So environment and things like that are of concern or interest to you? Okay.
I'm very into the social action part of it.
Okay. Now, are you a social activist? Not quite the same way?
Probably not, but
Okay, all right. And or have y'all received some scholarships and things like that y'all are aware of yet?
yes, ma'am.
You want to tell me a little bit about those? Or?
I received, the amount, or just where I got this?
Sure, whatever you want to tell me.
Just, I got some money from Baylor.
Okay.
I got a good scholarship there, and then I've gotten just some other kind of small ones here and there. Nothing too big and.
Okay. Every little bit helps, right?
Yes.
And how about you?
I've gotten merit scholarships just to places that I've applied to, including Austin College. I've gotten a good merit scholarship there, and then I also got one for a theater scholarship that I applied to there.
Oh, good. Okay.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
After day of spring football featuring lots of emotion, Wildcats football coach Greg Owens said things dragged a little bit Wednesday, the 8th day of spring workouts. Coach Owens speculated that higher temperature may have been a contributing factor. He said his coaching staff is doing a good job of creating competition this spring with situational stuff like blitzing or third and long setups. Coach Owens said they still got a lot of good stuff done Wednesday, but without the emotion of prior practices. He said the Tuesday break for 7-on-7 games was a good one since it allowed the Wildcats to compete with somebody else. He said Gilmer got after the Wildcats varsity in their first game Tuesday, but he said he liked the way the Wildcats played better in a second game. Coach Owens said a real positive thing about spring football is extra time the coaching staff has to work with players on technique. With a lot of reps for all the players, Coach Owens said that the Wildcats are able to get all of the players on video so that they can be evaluated. He said coaches can tell a player exactly what he needs to work on. Spring football culminates with the spring game, right now tentatively set for Friday, May the 18th. Well, while most Wildcats football team members go about spring workouts, 2 Wildcat kickers continue to perfect their field goal and extra point kicks. Wildcats head soccer coach and head freshman football coach Nikki Wiggins knows both of these kickers very well. They are members of his soccer team, and each one played one season kicking for the freshman team. Oziel Lopez is a right-footed kicker who will be a junior this fall. And Hector Hidalgo is left-footed, and he'll be a sophomore when school begins in August. Coach Wiggins said both kickers are pretty consistent. He said they don't have a strong leg like Wildcats kickers have had in the past, but he said from about the 30-yard line in, both were like money in the bank. Coach Wiggins said Lopez was especially good at pooch kicking on kickoffs that Coach Owens loves so much. In fact, Coach Owens personally works with the kickoff teams. Coach Wiggins said both kickers have caused turnovers with their kickoffs for the freshman team. Coach Wiggins said both players are friends, and he added they encourage each other. He expects a good competition. Coach Wiggins said he's not talked about it with Coach Owens, but he says Coach Owens may find a role on the team for both kickers. Coach Wiggins noted that Lovejoy utilized both a right-footed kicker and left-footed kicker on their team that we saw in the bi-district playoff game last year.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.